www.88beats.com. Beats, graphics, studio design. We do it all, baby.
Okay, welcome back to another video after a year. So I already know that I say that every time. I just wanted to say it one more time. I'm back again, and maybe I'll make a video in 11 months, or maybe I'll make one tomorrow. I don't know. I'm gonna show everybody the basic way of getting paid for royalties and setting up your I don't know what you call it, your beat store basically to accept royalties. A lot of you guys are asking me constantly the same question, and it is, how do you track artists who are leasing your beats, and how do you make sure you get paid for, I don't know, the streams or the performance that song does? So say you lease a beat to somebody and they end up cracking, you know, top 10 on the Billboard charts or something. That means the song's doing very, very well, which means you're missing out on a lot of money. Usually with a leased beat, this won't happen. It's usually only with like exclusives. You usually know when this is gonna happen, but sometimes you don't. Take Designer for example. I mean, that's what everybody's kind of worried about these days, is someone like Designer buying a beat and then years later blowing up. That's just the business. That's the nature of the business. If you have a good relationship with these artists, when they blow up, they come back to you. They like to stick to their roots. So that's just how you handle your business basically, and how you set up your contracts before that ever happens. So if you set your contracts up in a way that makes you not get paid later on, then that's your fault, and then you learn from it. So the good thing is, if you land one placement like that, you'll probably land more. So that's nothing to get upset about. But let's just say you are in that position where you leased a beat to somebody. They ended up breaking Billboard's charts. They're like top 10 in hip hop. You're missing out on a lot of money, more than likely. And it's not easy just to reach out to somebody and start suing them. It's a process. So this is what you guys should be doing with every song that you're actually advertising to a lot of professionals. I'm going to assume that you already have a bunch of traffic. I'm going to assume that you're already leasing hundreds of beats. So this would be something you're worried about. So under copyright.gov, this is a website I have pulled up here. You'll see there's different ways that you can file copyrights. What you're going to do is you're going to register a copyright. You're going to click on this button here, and then you're going to find performing arts, and that's going to handle music, that's going to handle your beats. So that's where you're going to go. Next thing to do is to actually go to the ECO registration system, which is down here, and you're going to click on that link right here, and then it'll open up the electronic office window. So this is how you're actually going to register with the United States government to copyright any works you have. Do you have to do this with every beat? No, you don't have to copyright anything. Should you copyright something that's going to be advertised to a lot of people and potentially grow to be top 10? Yes, you should probably copyright your material. Here you're going to actually sign up right here. If you're a new user, click to register. So that's where you're probably going to go, unless you've already been through this process. After you click through there, you're gonna be able to copyright more than one track. You can do, I don't know if they have a limit. The last time I copyrighted a bunch in a batch setting was, I think I did 15 or 20 tracks altogether, and it was $35. So maybe if you do $35 per, 35 beats, you'd actually be doing pretty good. I mean, it's $1 a track at that point. So you're getting more bang for your buck. So it's probably smart to do it that way and just have a bunch of beats that you're just going to release. Like what I would do is I'd make 20 beats, copyright all of them, and then plan to release those 20 beats over a course of 2 weeks, and then just keep working on material after that. So now after you're done copywriting it, you're going to get a claim. I think you get a claim number or something. Make sure you don't use fictitious names. Make sure you use your first and last name, as I do. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to have to find some sort of company that'll help you pay or help pay out your royalties. They basically do all the work for you, and then they pay you out. I use BMI. BMI is what I've always used. Another one everybody knows of is ASCAP, ASCAP. So ASCAP and BMI, they're going to handle the royalties. What you're going to do is you're going to sign up with BMI or ASCAP, After you make an account, you're going to see this page here, and it's going to have BMI Live, Works registration. Now, and then they'll have Works catalog, and that's all the stuff you've already registered. So after you copyright your beats, you're going to go into the Works registration, and then you're going to actually register your works through BMI. So BMI will now be able to basically follow your beats as they make their way, you know, through charts or whatever. So any royalties that you get paid, BMI will handle that. So as you see in here, you'll have, I think this is my BMI account number. I made a new account for just to show you guys, but this one I believe is my account number. Basically, add a new work. So I'm going to click this button here. I'm going to add something. Select the type of work you're registering. All other genres. This is where it starts asking all the information about the track you're doing. So you're going to put in the work title. So that's why it's important, like I tell you guys, to name your beats. Even if you just named them like beat 004, beat 005, or if you guys just wanted to just come up with names as you go to kind of inspire the artist, it's very important to do so. So you're going to put the work title, you're going to put the content, which is just music only. You're not going to have lyrics unless you have a chorus or something for your song, but you're going to just do music only. You're going to select the exact run time, the duration on it, and then you can also add alternative titles. So this work is also known by another title. Please enter it here. So you have a lot of options. They ask for a lot of things, so it helps separate everything. That's not the end of it, okay? So it's not just about copyrights, BMI, and then they magically just get you your money. So the next thing you're gonna have to do is what I do. Now there's a million ways you can go about doing any of this. So remember, all the stuff that I share with you guys is just the process that I use and the process I'm familiar with and the process that I know works. I've been doing this for 12 years. So I've learned a lot in those 12 years to figure out what the hell I'm doing necessarily. So after, say you get the copyright done, you do the BMI, next thing is to make sure that your artist is aware of your works registration number. So after you register your track here, you're gonna get the summary, and after you submit it, you're gonna get a works registration number. So that works number should actually be something that's in the contract with that artist. What I do is I put it in every single contract or in a follow-up email or whatever I can do, depending on what you guys use. For me, I use BeatStars. So BeatStars, I upload all my beats to there, and then in the description, I put the works number in all of that. So they have it not only in the title of the song, they're gonna have it in the description, they're gonna have it in the contracts. So if you do all this, they should be able to see the works number there. And then the next step is you should always have in your contracts like almost like a disclaimer part. Like it should give them instructions on how to actually proceed with setting up the royalties with you. So if they leased a track, you need to put in there, this is your limit. So make sure you put your works registration number in there. So when they copyright their lyrics, they'll go through the same process you're doing now. This is exactly what they're going to do. They're going to put theirs through the copyright.gov. They're going to copyright their lyrics, not the background music. You're going to do the background music, which is the beat. They're going to copyright their lyrics. And then in there, they're going to say that they sang over your track. They're going to put your first and last name. So the next thing they're going to do is they're going to go into BMI. They're going to do the exact same thing that I'm doing. And the only difference is that the works that they're registering is just going to be basically the music and lyrics. So since they have lyrics on it, after they do that, they're gonna have to tell BMI that there's I guess you'd be a composer or a publisher. So after you get through these steps, you'll see there's work info, there's other works, publisher, and writers. Through this process, they're going to be able to name you as the composer or the writer, whatever they want to name you as. The only way you're going to be able to get your royalties is if they are able to either put in the works number or your first and last name so that the system can find you. They can search you through BMI's database to find your number for your account and all that stuff. So there's a process that they have to do as well. If they fail to do this and you already have all this set up, I mean, that's when you're going to have to start reaching out to them. Or another good thing you guys can look into is publishing companies. If you find a publishing company that can help you with publishing your beats and tracking this down for you, that's probably a good idea. If you guys are leasing a lot of beats, I don't know why you don't have publishing companies already. I don't know why you don't have all this figured out, because I get a lot of you guys that write comments on here, and you guys say that you lease and sell so many beats, and I don't understand how you guys can do all this and lease so many beats but still be lost in the process. So I'm making this video assuming you guys are all leasing beats and everything, because that's what everybody keeps telling me. But you know, nobody's the expert. I think everybody kind of does it their own way. There's no right or wrong way. A lot of my videos, I give you guys a lot of options on how to copyright your stuff, how to protect your stuff without copyrights. I give you guys information on how to sell beats more effectively and professionally. This is a way that you're gonna have to get paid with royalties. It's not just with recording artists. BMI will actually work with TV network stations, movies, production companies. So if your song ends up on, like, I don't know, a TV show, you know, BMI is gonna be able to find you and they're gonna pay you out. Now, the bigger companies, you have nothing to worry about. So if it's a TV show that's used to paying people for scores and background music, they're gonna have their shit figured out, and they're gonna be able to just have a department in their company that just basically finds the people who are responsible for making the music, and then they find their BMI works number, and BMI handles payments and just separates basically what the show runtime was, how much of the show runtime your song played, how much you get paid per minute. It breaks it all down just like that. So it's very similar with artists. A lot of people wonder how much money they make with royalties if it's an artist that's selling, you know, a couple 100,000 copies. To give you an idea, it depends on what they buy, obviously, with their ownership rights. If you're doing like an exclusive rights contract and you're doing a royalty split, the going rate is 3 to 4%. So it's important to know that. That's why you ask for money up front. So you ask for $500 to $1,000 up front from the artist, and then they give you a royalty share of 3 to 4%. So that'll be your basic pay structure. Is, you know, if they sell X amount of dollars, just figure out what 4% of that is. And you guys, usually if it's a signed artist, they're gonna have contracts ready for you. Their publishing company is gonna send it to you. Their A&Rs are gonna send it to you. I mean, you're not alone. It's basically anybody who's watching this trying to get info. I'm assuming you're selling beats, but you don't have any help. You're doing it all by yourself. So there's systems out there like BMI and ASCAP and publishing companies. There's TuneCore. There's all sorts of places that you can actually upload your beats, and they will do all of it for you. I know TuneCore has a way where you upload beats and then they track it on YouTube. So anybody who's playing your beat on YouTube, you actually get all their monetizations. So if they're monetizing their videos with your beat, you actually get all their money, and it'll actually work its way in to actually garnish their wages from YouTube. So if you own the copyrights and everything like that. So there's options out there, guys. If you have any questions about this process, just let me know. I'm gonna make another video going over this just for artists later on. So if you're a recording artist and you're trying to figure out how to do this, it's the same process, but there's a little bit more involved with looking at the ownership rights and stuff like that. So if all else fails, always ask your producer. If you're buying a beat from them, ask them what they want, figure out what their contract says, and if you have any negotiations where you want to make something different in the contracts, you have the freedom to do so. You can negotiate with them. Nothing's ever set in stone. So, you know, if there's money involved, people usually change their mind. So all the producers who are watching this, let me know if you're having trouble with this or if you're having a hard time understanding how it works. It is a process, just like anything with owning your own company. It's a process, and there's stages to everything. So definitely share with your other fellow producers too, because the reason why I'm gone for so long is that the channel just kind of hit a wall, and it's a lot of the same people asking the same questions, I notice. I get a lot of comments and emails from the same people. So if you guys don't share these videos, then people aren't going to really know about it. The word's not going to get out. So I basically will make one video a year if that's the case. So I don't want to do that, and I don't think you want me to do that. So keep sharing the videos. All right.